A tortilla saved is a tortilla earned? I don't know. Morning, folks. Another day, another beautiful day. It's starting to get warm here in the season. We've been working, doing a few things off the homestead. We were doing a little bit of handyman stuff. I've got a background in construction. I like to say I'm a jack of all trades and a master of some. But they were redoing the carpet in there, and I picked up that carpet. Some of it's fairly decent, some of it ain't, but it'll be good to use around here for something. You know me, I never want to pass up resources. So resources are something that I'm always on the lookout for. As you know, picked up that carpet. We could have went and worked off the homestead today, decided not to. That's one of the joys about living a minimalist lifestyle. You can choose what days you go to work. You're going to get some stuff done here. As y'all know, the wind blew and howled here for like 3 or 4 days. It's blowing right now. Excuse it. But it shifted a lot of sand around. Our entryway coming in has really got deep. This is the log I originally cut for Polly's light pole. And it's just been laying out here. I have another one back here, so this is all I've got. So this is what I'm going to drag the roadway with and kind of smooth it out a little bit, move some sand around. It's getting pretty rough, so I've got a chain here, some clevis hooks, and I'm going to drag this around. I want to get maybe some half pipe and make a drag so that I can drag this down. I wish I had a tractor and scraper blade. Maybe one day. Just not right now. I decided I need a little more drag, and the pallet is pretty good at just smoothing out behind it, but it needed a little weight on it. So I got this old pinion stump. It's heavy. So now I'm gonna drag it some more, try to get all the high spots out of it, try to smooth out our road. It's something that you just have to do. Maintenance is the key to anything, and for us, you know, we've got different maintenance than most folks. We've got to maintain our roads, we've got to maintain our pens, we've got to maintain our water supply, a lot of maintenance. but it's fun. It's fun dragging stuff around. So I'm gonna drag the road, see if I can't get it flattened out, make several passes through these wide spots, and probably use this, just leave it hooked up, pull it off to the side somewhere where I can just back up to it and hook to it, and use it every time we need to grade the road for now, till I can come up with something else. Necessity is the mother of rednecking. Traction to do it. Sand's deep on that hillside. That'll really hit this hill. All right, folks, we got a little bit smoother roads. Every time the wind blows, that's part of our routine. I was just using one log, and it just wasn't knocking down the bumps. There's hard spots and there's soft spots in the sand, and if you don't have some weight to knock it down, then it'll just make it worse bumpy. Our worst sandy spots up there on the other side of the hill coming in, and even with this 125 gallons of water on there, I was still bogging down. But we're in a little bit better shape than we were. So I'm gonna get this unhooked. I've got a few more things to do today. Take advantage of a day here on the homestead. Balancing making a living, working on the homestead, growing a homestead, it can be challenging. Howdy folks, we went down to the local farmers market there as you've seen, and we actually got rid of some carpet. We made $28 and 5 pieces of tortilla. Lady traded us. I'm always up for a good trade. We always have tortillas. Polly always makes tortillas, but hey, a tortilla saved is a tortilla earned. I don't know. Anyway, we sold some carpet. I think we spent as much as we made. It's fly season. Flies are buzzing around here. But we got rid of some of it. had a good little old day trip down there. Pretty good. I'm gonna take you up here and show you the solar setup, show you how I got it wired up, and I think here after a while we're gonna have a cookout. Okay guys, it's shifted a little bit. It's actually pointing about due south right there. I can loosen these two bolts and this set screw, and I can turn it in the evening to the sun. But it's pretty much, you know, the same kind of setup of any Harbor Freight. I've just got it attached to the poor man's tracker. It comes down here. It has a spider set up, which I've just got zip stripped to one of my braces. It comes in and goes into a connection box. You can put several panels, I think up to 400 watts through that. It goes into my charge controller. I've got it just plugged in with a regular plug. I went with a little bit heavier duty wire coming off my charge controller to my battery setup. I've got 3 batteries in here. I've got some, these 2 right here are deep cell Marine RV Pro batteries. So when I bought these, they told me something like 200 amp hours each at 40 amps or 50 amps, something like that. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. And then I've got just a regular 12 volt battery, so it's kind of mixed. Not the best way. I want to get another one of these. I don't mind the lead cell. You just got to maintain them. That's the biggest thing. As you can see, we're on standby right now. 13.8. It's just sitting there. So it's not even charging right now. So if I run, I'll be running off panels. I've got a 200 amp fuse before I go into my inverter. I've got a 800 watt inverter. It was actually a gift from a customer of mine. I've had it for a while now. Works really good. It's 1600 watt peak, and that is plugged in to my breaker box. So just gonna kick it on. I'm gonna go in here and edit some video. Miss Polly's gonna run to the store and pick up some, I hope she gets some mutton. Never know what they're gonna have. And these days, to be honest with you, things are getting kind of slim as to what we can get here locally without having to go to Flagstaff. Supply and demand, what people can afford is what the stores are carrying. So we may have to start making some trips into Flagstaff maybe once a month. Alrighty folks, we are having roast mutton. This is a cheat. I've talked about it before. This is sheep intestines wrapped around fat, or what we call sweetmeats. It's very greasy. And then up here in these we have potatoes and carrots up in there in those. And we are going to have some really good eating here after a while. This eat will shrivel up the fat, and the intestines will shrivel up, and it's kind of like a hot dog. I was trying to edit, but a nap got in my way. Miss Anna's here. She's gonna eat with us, and we're gonna have some mutton, and we're gonna eat them tortillas I traded for earlier today, and eat some carrots and potatoes. And I think I found some cherries over in the cooler. So I've got to get back to this cooking, but that's what we're gonna be having. Nothing like a roast mutton sandwich. All right, we got a lot of the meat cooked already. I've got green chilies on here. This is our potatoes and carrots. I'm starting to put some roast ears on here. This is one of the best ways to cook your roast ears. You can also pull back the husk, rub it down in butter and salt and pepper, but this works really good. If you pull it back, sometimes you lose some of the husk and the butter leaks out, causes a fire. The fat in the acheat takes and makes a lot of fire anyway, so I had to keep a cup of water nearby and douse it. But the mutton's looking really good. I've got a whole bunch of it under there, so I'm just going to continue cooking. Well, this is just about done. This one needs a little bit more cooking. The intestine will swell up and bust, shrivel up. You want it crispy, not blackened, but green chilies are roasting really well. We've got corn in the shuck roasting. That's the thickest piece of meat. It wasn't really uniform, so I'm letting it cook a little while longer. I'll generally cook my mutton, let the blood rise, then I'll turn it, let the blood rise, and I'll turn it. Some people like it medium rare. I like mine well, and just a little crispy, to be honest with you. But it's all coming along really nice. This has got to cook just a little while longer. This one's getting fairly close to being done. You put that on a piece of fried bread or tortilla, and it's really, really good. Folks, we have finished our little, I don't know, I finished my feast. I eat mutton and eat 2 ears of corn. It's really good. There's what's left of the meat. I hope here one day soon that we get to eat some of our homegrown mutton, and we don't have to buy it. We'll probably eat pork before then, before we eat mutton. Give them up close look at that. The other end, right there's the fat. That's some goodness right there. I'm being summoned. I've got to go start the grill. I've got to heat up some food. So, all right, folks. That'll about wrap it up for us. So, remember, pray hard.
Stay strong.
Right on.